Hey guys. Sorry, my hair's a little crazy. I washed it and I did not have the wherewithal to straighten it and do all the things. So it's just crazy today. I wanted to come on here and explain where I've been for the past month. And I wanted to explain it on here instead of on my Facebook page because I have some family on there and I don't know. I guess it sounds weird. There's things I want to talk to you guys about that I don't want to share with personal people. I don't know. It's weird. But I just didn't feel like sharing it on there. But I wanted to come here and talk to you guys. If you see Zoe jumping around like crazy, it's because I've been in the living room in a while, and so she's like, "What's going on, Mom? Why are you in the living room right now?" Hold on. I'm going to talk about some personal things, but I'm also going to, give some advice. If it's not your thing, you don't really want to hear it, then you can go ahead and leave, but after this, I will be posting some videos and things like that again, and doing some creative stuff, again. So if this isn't your thing, that's okay. You can just leave. But I know that there are some people on here that care about me and actually care, what I'm going through. But also, more importantly, I know that there are some people on here that go through the same things that I do. And I share this not because I want empathy or I want people to feel sorry for me or any of that stuff. I don't need that. Y'all, I haven't feeling sorry enough for myself. I don't need nobody else to do it for me. So the reason I get people say, you're too personal, you share too much. But the reason I do that is for the few people that maybe feel alone, that struggle with these things. I know for me, when I hear somebody that's going through the same things that I'm going through and struggles with the same things I go through, and they talk about how they've gotten out of it, it helps me. And number one, it makes me feel like I'm not alone. And number two, it just gives me some, I don't know, it just helps. So, where I've been for the past month, oh my gosh. So, for one, I've been laid up. I've had trouble with this knee right here, and I messed up a muscle and ligaments, stretched some things, and it's been nothing but keep it propped up, make sure you ice it, taking Epsom salt baths, and it's been the same thing every day. So every now and then I'll venture out here and sit in the recliner and prop my leg up, but it's a little more difficult. So I've been in my bedroom, in my bed, because for a while I couldn't walk on it at all. So for about a month, I haven't gone nowhere. I haven't gone outside my house. I haven't gone nowhere. And at first it was just whatever. But then I got really depressed. And then on top of that, we've become homeowners, which most people would celebrate and be like, yes. But for me and my husband, who both have health issues, taking care of a house isn't always the easiest thing, and people aren't always on the ready to help. which thank God we, got some help and stuff this year, and my brothers were really good about being here and helping us when we need him. So there's been a lot of extra stress with the things that come with that, and other things that I won't talk about. So I just kind of got into this like deep depression. And man, I did not know how I was going to get out of it. I'm not going to cry this video. I'm good. I did not know how I was going to get out of it. I couldn't move. I couldn't do the things that I would normally do. Like, when I feel depression coming on, the first thing I'll do is go do something that I love. If I find it hard to read my Bible, I'll read Lovey. I'll flip through Lovey and I'll read Lovey. Or I'll read the Bible on my phone. And so that was really hard. There's been some like, how do I explain everything? Another thing that God has been really working on me with is, don't you love it when you think, oh, I've forgiven everybody. Oh, like, my past trauma has been healed. And then while I've been sitting there, and just, maybe not reading my Bible the way I want to, but I'm talking to God, He has been bringing up these feelings and these memories of things that happened a long time ago that I totally forgot about. But as soon as I would remember the feelings, like all of the feelings, all of the hurt, all of the trauma would come right back up. And he's like, I'm not doing this to hurt you, but I'm doing this to show you that this is an area that the enemy has in your life, because you have not forgiven. You have not forgiven because you're not here. You can't forgive something that you don't face. You know what I'm saying? You could say, I've forgiven, I let this go. But if you don't face it, if you won't remember it and you won't face it, how can you forgive and then heal from that? It's impossible. So sometimes God will bring difficult situations around again and again and again and again, not because he's trying to remind us or hurt us, but because he's like, you have to deal with this. You have to deal with this, or it's going to keep bothering you, or it's going to keep being a root for something else. So God's like, while you're here, while you're held up and can't, fill your mind with other things, either get up in the window or get in your chair. We're going to work on this stuff. And it's been so hard, but it's been also so good. And this is such a weird thing to explain, because during this time that I'm feeling so hopeless and so depressed and so unmotivated and not feeling like myself at all, I had to be totally reliant on God. I remember getting to a place about 4 days ago where I was like, God, if you don't heal me, if you don't take me out of this, I'm going to die in this. And I just felt this presence, like it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Christina, do you think I would ever let you go? And then that scripture plays in my mind. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Though your parents might leave you or forsake you or let you down or not be there for you, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will always be right there for you. Even when you're in the season of wilderness, you can't feel me and you can't hear me. And you feel like I'm so far away. It's a lie. Because the truth says, the word says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And during this tumultuous time that I'm going through emotionally and just dealing with these hard things and healing, not only am I healing physically, but God's healing me emotionally from past hurts, past trauma. He's He's right there with me this whole time. He's right there with me saying it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. So I tell you this to say, number one, don't neglect those times when you're down and you're sick. Maybe God separates you from people at that time. Maybe whatever it is, don't neglect that, because God doesn't waste nothing. God wastes absolutely nothing. And even though I was down because of my knee, which praise God is starting to feel so much better. I want to run around and clean my house, but I know better. I know not to be on my leg all day. I love that God wastes nothing. He wastes no opportunities. He wastes no opportunities because He loves us so much. So, if there's something that God is trying to heal you from, if there are memories that He's bringing up that come with you, this is how you tell if it's from God or the enemy. If you keep having these flashbacks and these memories that make you feel guilty or make you feel, or they're just like, it's like a bombarding feeling, that's probably the enemy. But if you are having flashbacks or memories and it brings back the feeling of the trauma, maybe not the feeling of the being hurt or whatever it was, but the emotional trauma, it's not always the enemy. Sometimes it's God saying, hey, you have to deal with this. You have to heal from this. You have to forgive. As hard as it is, you have to forgive, because if you don't forgive, I forgive you. Forgiving is the most unselfish thing that you could do. Because forgiving that person means saying, I no longer hold you responsible for your actions, but instead saying, Lord, forgive this person, and whatever caused them to treat me like this, heal that thing in them, because I pray for their salvation. That's true forgiveness. That is what true forgiveness looks like. If you look back at somebody and you can't say, Lord, I want good for their life. I want them to be saved. I want to see them in heaven. You did not forgive them. And I know that some people have done some jacked up things to people. And I don't know what you've been through. But God still loves that person. And He loves you so much that He wants you to heal from that trauma and move on. So quickly, I want to talk about the depression aspect of it. Oh gosh, I hate depression. I hate it. It's this nasty mixture for me of depression and anxiety. It's this feeling of complete overwhelming where I can't see my way out. I cannot see the end. And the only way out is God. The only way out is to listen for the still small voice that tells me it's going to be okay. And I love because He sends me little messages like He was speaking to my heart last night about being still because He is God and He is fighting for me and other things. And then I hear this little preaching today on what the word be still means in Hebrew and how what it really means is let go. Let go. Let go and trust God. Let go and know that He is God. My best friend made this for me. She made it for me a while ago. And she has no clue how it has ministered to me lately. God will use the simplest things to reach out. That's how He shows He loves us. So when we're struggling with past trauma, we're struggling with unforgiveness, we're struggling with depression, let go and let God. Because God really redeemed the time. He really redeemed the time. And He also really showed me how wonderful of a husband I have. Because Rocky's been taking care of me. He's been nursing me. Like, he's such a good husband. He helps me get a bath. Like, because like I said, I couldn't walk on it. He's gone to the store for me. He's tried to encourage me. He's like, why don't you do something you love? Why don't you try to craft? Or why don't you try to journal? Or why don't you try to... And like, as I'm dealing with this past stuff that God is trying to heal me from, and I feel a lot better today. He's not trying to talk me out of it. He's not trying to tell me what I'm feeling is wrong. He just comes over and just holds me and lets me cry. We all need somebody like that. And if you don't have somebody like that in your life, you got Jesus. You can cry on His shoulders. And you have me. If you ain't got nobody to talk to, and I'm dead serious. If you ain't got nobody to talk to and you need somebody to talk to about some stuff, get a hold of me. Get a hold of me. Most of y'all know what my messenger is. Because I know what it's like to not have anybody. And you're going through the darkest times. Thank God I had Rocky in this season. I don't know what I'd have done. Jesus would have provided something, but So I just want to encourage you, let go. Trust God. Alright. I will be back, and I want to do it like today, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until next week after Easter, and I'm going to finish cleaning my craft room and clean off my desk and put my camera up there and start doing some journaling stuff and some art stuff and some Bible journaling and some things like that. So be looking out for those kind of videos. And I just want to end this by saying thank you for those of you who do care enough to watch these kind of videos. Thank you for those who haven't given up on me, who have stuck with me, because I'm not one of those content creators that can pretend like everything is okay. It's just on my heart to share, because in hopes that it helps somebody else. And a lot of people, when they hear stuff like that, like, oh, it's negative, I don't want to hear it, let me go find somebody else. It means a lot that you guys allow me to be me, to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. It means so much to me, because I know that I can be open and honest and true, but you guys also know that I'm not hiding nothing. Okay? I share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you guys know that I'm not hyping nothing up. And I hope it makes you feel like you can trust me. Alright. Gosh, it's 22 minutes. God bless y'all. I'll talk to you soon.